ITRBoxing. You heard it here first. Pretty cool videos. And I heard they're also in HD. ITRBoxing.com.
So we're here with professional boxer Bilal Mahassan. You recently went to Africa and you helped out young people over there. What was that experience like, and talk a little bit about what you did?
Yeah, well, that was February 4th, I believe, and went out to Africa, Senegal, Africa, to deliver boxing equipment. All right, that was just, that was the plan for the first trip. Just knowing that people are in need of help, and just trying to figure out how I could be supportive, how I can help. And so being a professional boxer, being somebody involved in boxing, I wanted to deliver boxing aid. That's what I did. Met up with a lot of gyms out there and was able to bless them with that. Yeah.
What were like some of your takeaways from it? Because not a lot of us, I've never been to Africa. What was your experience in meeting the people of Africa and helping them, and what's something that you didn't know that you learned from that experience?
Well, I think I underestimated how passionate the African people would be. I saw tears in a lot of people's eyes, and it wasn't tears of pain, it was tears of joy. When I delivered the boxing gloves, there was people, men there who eyes watered, because in some gyms they only had like 4 pair of boxing gloves to support a gym membership of maybe 30 guys. So 4 gloves for 30 guys. And like 2 punching bags, no boxing shoes, no boxing ring. And they said that I was one of the first guys, if not the first guy, to ever come through there like that and deliver boxing gloves. And it's been this way for over 20 years, because the head coach had been coaching there for over 20 years, and said these are all the gloves we had. He had 4 pair of gloves. So it was a blessing to be able to do that. And the people were just very kind and generous and nice and loving. They hug you, the real hug, hold you, hold your hand. That was kind of weird for me, because I'm one of those super hyper masculine dudes. So brothers holding my hands for long periods of time had me like, whoa, hold up. But it was just love, man. It was the affectionate, like, a big brother holding his little brother's hand or something.
What inspired you to want to go over and help people in need with boxing? And like, what inspired this?
I feel like everybody in any position in life should use their platform as much as possible to give back. I think a lot of times humans forget that these bodies are only loaned to us, that, we here today and gone tomorrow. So I think we got to maximize our energy, everything that we have. You got spirit of life inside you. I think you need to use it towards a good cause. I think that there's kind of no middle lane. I think there's either left lane or a right lane. And so you either over there or you over here. You're either one of the people that's trying to rob the world or make the world worse, use up all the resources, or, live in extravagance and things like that. Or if you're the type of person who wants to give as much as possible to try to make the world a better place while you're here. So I was raised that way, and I've always believed in giving back. So having the opportunity to give back to Africa it was a beautiful experience for me. I even felt more alive than I've ever felt. I think that the more that we give, just people in general, the more we give back, I think it purifies our souls.
Okay, final question. Anything in boxing stand out to you now? I know you're a student of the game. You've got a lot of opinions on boxing. We're just going to keep it ambiguous. Anything in boxing that you want to let the world know about that you're observing right now?
I can't really think about much that's like standing out in boxing right now. I think that I wish more African American fighters, or more Americans in general. I think basketball took away our heavyweight champions, and football took away our heavyweight champions, and so we got Wilder, but I think we could really have some really good heavyweight boxers if more people got involved in boxing.
So do you think that, I know I said last question, but I'm just going to run with that. Do you think with football and CTE and all that, do you think there's a chance we might see more heavyweight boxers or less heavyweight boxers with all the attention of that type of stuff, that people might move to sports like soccer? Or there's a chance with Al Heyman, Bob Arum bringing boxing back to public platforms like ESPN that young people might go on and want to be a boxer again?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I mean, the youngsters are, to me today, young people just don't look as energetic or more like they like to fight, you know? Or for like a sport like boxing, it's just, to me, it's not being promoted. In fact, I think in USA boxing, I think there could be more done to generate more membership, to boost the membership, to get more youngsters involved and make more young people excited about boxing. And I don't know why that's lacking. I don't know who's in position to need to make the call, or if more funding is needed. But I definitely think there's more needed on part of USA boxing, you know, us as a nation, to try to, you know, promote, encourage, or create great boxers. But I think our boxing program is lacking, probably on the official side.
This is going to be my final thought, unless you say something super interesting and I have to ask you another one. Do you think as a nation, do you think USA is unproud of our fighters? Because it seems like you have a lot of fighters that are stars right now, Lomachenko, Kovalev. These are guys not from America, but we're embracing them. But then guys like, say, a Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, and it's not, I don't even think it's racial, because Mikey Garcia is someone that you're not seeing get all that love, and he's Mexican, he's not black. Do you think there's, in America right now, we want something exotic, something that we don't necessarily understand, as opposed to a homegrown guy?
Yeah, that's a good point. America do look like that we really into stuff that's exotic, especially these days. And it's like everybody get their time. Right now the lights looks like it's on Russia, but I think those fighters right now are a little bit more hungrier. But I also do think that I know that there's a problem with people in this country really praising any one individual, or just praising great individuals often. You know, when I traveled, I noticed that they praise their saints, like men who did great things. These people praise them really strongly. In other countries, in this country, we don't really praise the great men amongst us on any level at all. And I think that's something that we can learn from other nations.